Welcome to Customized Trading's webinar series. This webinar is about using the Fractal channel to enhance your trading. The Fractal channel is a real-time support and resistance, which is a critical aspect. The number one fact of trading is price action. The number two fact is volume. Price action and volume interacting is what produces support and resistance on our trading charts. So all aspects of trading, whether you trade Forex, futures, or stock trading, support and resistance becomes critical. Now this is a very advanced indicator that we have that shows, like, this is the monthly central pivot or pivot point, S2, which is the daily S2, the weekly pivot point, the first hour low, S1, the monthly R1, prior day low, the 8-day SMA, the weekly R1, and the monthly R2, and the prior day close. Here's the central pivot, and this is the weekly R2, the first hour high, the rolling pivot, the R1, prior day high, 20-day prior high. So you can see that it's got an extensive array of support and resistance points. And these often come into play. Like at the open, this was the support. This prior day close, the monthly R2, and the weekly R1. And when multiple lines fit together, that could be a powerful support or resistance point. It moved up. It stopped at the weekly R2, which became the first hour high as well. Came back down in a powerful move to the downside, cleared to the weekly central pivot, moved up, kind of went down back, and the monthly R1 became support. The 8-day SMA became resistance. It came back, went at it again. Then the weekly R1, the prior day close, and the monthly R2 became resistance. Came back down, broke through that, and then it became support, and it sat on it here, it sat on it here. So you can see that those come, and when you get multiple lines that can all come together, that confluence of support or resistance is very powerful. Now, as powerful as this indicator is, what we find to be the most valuable is what we call our fractal channel. That shows in real time support and resistance. So here it makes a bottom and goes up. And you can see that in real time, it shows that this becomes an upward trend right here. And it continues to show where these fractals are as it develops. It kind of pulls through it in a little sideways move here toward the close of the day. But again, a bullish open with a gap. And you can see that it shows this upward motion, which the fractal channel becomes very valid for scalping and price action, possible re-entries into the trend. Like, that's a perfect re-entry into the trend when it comes down and hits this support area, kind of goes through it, comes right back up. These are good entries into the trend. But also for managing exits. This is ideal for managing exits. If you're in a trade and you stay below this fractal channel by a little bit of a tick buffer, what we call you got to allow some room for this just to peak out like this and then go right back in. So if you follow this and leave some room, you basically will stay in this trade the whole time until you got out of the trade up here when it finally broke down. That's the power of using it as a stop loss, because you're relying on support and resistance for planning your stop. And it's also the power of seeing the price action from volume and price action, where it develops the support and resistance in real time, and how to make your trade decisions improve as a result of that. Many of our traders have found this to be an excellent tool. I also wanted to show how the fractal channel is a much superior way to do an opening range breakout rather than some time-based amount, which really doesn't work that well. The fractal channel is showing you real-time support and resistance. So here's the resistance, there's the support going into the beginning of the day. Now it actually gaps down below that, finds a point where it stops, comes back up, closes here. Now it goes back into that original trading range before the open of the day, and when it breaks through here, that's an excellent breakout to the top side. And you can see that this move ends up being a pretty good move. The next day you have support and resistance here. It really doesn't break out till you get a little bit of a move down here, but the breakout comes here, another big powerful move to the upside. Here you have the opening range for support and resistance is here. It actually goes through that in the opening bar of the day, comes right back in, and it breaks to the top side for a small move up. But using it for the early morning breakout is actually a very powerful tool. Like here's another example where you had a powerful down day, so the opening range support is down here, resistance is here. It opens up, it actually stays above that, and then breaks out here and has a good move up. So you can use it in so many ways for opening range breakouts, for positive price action, support and resistance in your trading. Very good for scalping, of course. Thank you for joining us for this webinar. This was presented by CustomizedTrading.com. We have many in this series. Make sure to search for our name on the web or to look at our website for more information. Thank you.